A middle-aged woman storms into a high-end department store like she owns the place. Her entitled attitude radiating like a bad perfume. But today, that woman, let's call her Linda Hargrove, decides to cross a line she can't uncross. Attempting to swipe designer goods right under everyone's noses. And just when she thinks she's getting away with it, karma hits hard in the form of an off-duty cop who tackles her flat on her face. Linda Hargrove wasn't your average shopper. Oh no. She was the epitome of entitlement. The kind of person who demanded to speak to the manager over a coupon that expired last year. On this sunny Tuesday afternoon in suburban Chicago, the air inside Marshall's department store hummed with the usual chaos, the beep-beep of scanners, the rustle of shopping bags, and the faint scent of overpriced cologne wafting from the perfume counter. Linda, with her perfectly coiffed blonde bob and a designer knockoff slung over her shoulder, strutted in like a queen surveying her kingdom. But deep down, she was seething. Money was tight after her latest online shopping spree. And she wasn't about to let that stop her from getting what she deserved. She zeroed in on the handbag section first. The shelves gleamed with leather purses in every shade, their gold hardware catching the fluorescent lights like tiny stars. Linda's eyes lit up, greedily, almost hungrily, as she picked up a sleek black tote. Feeling the smooth material under her manicured fingers. This should be mine, she muttered under her breath, glancing around furtively. No one was watching. Or so she thought. With a quick twist, she shoved it into her oversized bag, the zipper protesting with a soft whine. Her heart raced, a mix of thrill and defiance pumping through her veins. Why pay when you can just take? Isn't that what the world owed her anyway? But then, twist of fate number one, a young cashier named Mia spotted her from across the aisle. Mia, barely out of college with student loans piling up, had seen her share of shoplifters. But this one had an aura of pure audacity. Ma'am. Excuse me, Mia called out. Her voice steady but laced with that underlying tremor of confrontation. She approached slowly, her sneakers squeaking on the polished floor. The store's music playing some upbeat pop tune that clashed horribly with the tension building in the air. Linda whipped around, her face flushing red like a tomato about to burst. What? How dare you accuse me, she snarled, her voice echoing off the high ceilings, drawing stares from nearby shoppers. The scent of her heavy floral perfume mixed with the sharp tang of adrenaline in the air, making Mia's nose wrinkle. I'm a loyal customer. Do you know who I am? Oh. The classic line, delivered with such venom that it made Mia's stomach churn. Linda's eyes narrowed into slits, her breath coming in short, angry puffs. She wasn't just denying it, she was escalating, turning a simple suspicion into a full-blown spectacle. Mia held her ground, though her hands trembled slightly as she reached for the radio on her belt. Ma'am, I saw you put that bag in your purse. Please, just empty it out, and we can sort this. But Linda wasn't having it. She lunged forward, jabbing a finger inches from Mia's face. You're harassing me. I'll sue this store for everything it's worth. Where's your manager? Get him now. The words flew out like daggers, sharp and unyielding. Shoppers paused, their carts creaking to a halt, whispers rippling through the crowd like a wave. One elderly lady gasped audibly, clutching her pearls, literally, while a kid in a stroller let out a confused wail, amplifying the chaos. Enter the manager. Mr. Rodriguez, let's call him Carlos, a burly guy in his 40s with a no-nonsense mustache and a name tag that read, Store Manager, here to help. He hurried over, the keys on his belt jingling like warning bells. The air grew thicker, charged with that electric buzz of impending drama. What's going on here? Carlos demanded, his voice booming over the intercom static that crackled faintly in the background. Linda spun her tale immediately, tears welling up on cue, fake ones. Of course. Glistening under the lights. This girl is accusing me of stealing. Me? I've shopped here for years. She huffed dramatically, her chest heaving with feigned indignation. Carlos eyed her suspiciously, his brow furrowing as he glanced at Mia, who nodded firmly. Security footage will tell us everything, he said calmly. But Linda's facade cracked just a bit. A sigh escaped her lips, not of remorse, but of frustration. How could this be happening to her? She deserved better. In a flash of panic, she bolted toward the exit, her heels clicking frantically against the tile, the stolen bag thumping against her side. You can't stop me, she yelled over her shoulder, her voice cracking with desperation. But oh, the irony, the sweet, biting twist that no one saw coming. Lurking in the men's clothing section, browsing ties for a family event, was Officer Jake Riley. Off duty. Sure. But always on alert. Jake was a veteran cop, built like a linebacker with a keen eye honed from years on the beat. He'd heard the commotion, the raised voices slicing through the store's ambient noise like a siren. The smell of fresh coffee from the nearby cafe mingled with the metallic tang of fear in the air as he stepped out from behind a rack of suits. Stop right there, he bellowed, his deep voice rumbling like thunder. Linda didn't stop. She pushed past a display of scarves, sending them fluttering to the ground like colorful leaves in a storm. Her breath came in ragged gasps, the adrenaline surging, making her legs feel like jelly. Was this really happening? Could her perfect plan unravel so quickly? Jake, sensing the escalation, sprang into action. His muscles tensed, the fabric of his civilian shirt stretching as he charged forward. The crowd parted like the Red Sea, gasps and murmurs filling the void. Oh my God. Is that a cop? She's done for. In that heart-pounding moment, Jake tackled her. It was textbook, arms wrapping around her waist, momentum carrying them both to the floor with a thud that echoed through the store. Linda's purse spilled open, the stolen handbag tumbling out along with receipts, lipsticks, and her wallet. She let out a shriek, high-pitched and piercing, like a banshee denied her prize. Get off me. This is assault, she wailed, wriggling futilely under his weight. The cool tile pressed against her cheek, a stark contrast to the hot flush of humiliation burning her skin. The scent of floor polish filled her nostrils, grounding her in the reality of her downfall. Jake held her down firmly but professionally, his knee pinning her arm as he radioed for backup. Chicago PD. Off duty. I've got a shoplifter here at Marshall's on Elm Street. His voice was steady, authoritative, cutting through the din. Mia and Carlos rushed over, Mia's eyes wide with a mix of relief and shock. Thank you, she breathed, her voice barely above a whisper, the weight of the confrontation lifting like a fog. Shoppers applauded sporadically, a few pulling out phones to record the scene, viral gold in the making. But the real twist? As Jake cuffed Linda, cold metal clicking around her wrists, she started ranting. You don't understand. I needed that bag. My life's falling apart, my husband left me. My job's a mess. Her words tumbled out, laced with sobs that sounded almost genuine now. Yet, in the heat of her outburst, she revealed more. This wasn't her first rodeo. I've done this before, and no one ever catches me. The confession hung in the air like a bad odor, sealing her fate. Carlos shook his head, sighing deeply. Lady, you've just made this a whole lot worse. The police arrived minutes later, sirens wailing faintly in the distance before growing to a crescendo outside. Linda was hauled up, her makeup smeared, hair disheveled, the picture of defeated entitlement. As they led her away, she shot venomous glares at Mia. You'll regret this, you little brat. But Mia just stood there, arms crossed, a small smile creeping onto her face. Why? Because in that moment, she felt empowered. No. Ma'am, she replied softly. I think you're the one who will. Word spread like wildfire. By evening, the store's security footage hit social media, courtesy of those quick-draw phone users. Hashtags like Karen Takedown and Shoplifter Fail trended, with comments pouring in, justice served. About time someone stood up to these entitled folks. Linda's face was everywhere, her meltdown immortalized in memes and reaction videos. But the deeper story emerged, turns out. Linda had a history. A quick background check revealed prior petty thefts, unpaid fines, and even a restraining order from her ex-husband for harassing behavior. Karma wasn't just knocking, it was kicking down the door. In the days that followed, Linda faced the music in court. The judge, a stern woman with glasses perched on her nose, didn't buy her sob story. Ms. Hargrove, your actions show a pattern of disregard for others, she intoned, her gavel poised. Linda sat there, shackled and silent. The courtroom air thick with the scent of old wood and tension. The sentence, community service, restitution, and probation. No more strutting into stores like royalty, now. She'd be picking up trash on highways, reflecting on her choices under the relentless sun. Mia, on the other hand, got a promotion. Carlos praised her vigilance, and the store even gave her a bonus. You handled that like a pro, he said, clapping her on the back. Jake? He became a local hero, invited to speak at community events about citizen awareness. It's not about being a cop 24/7, he told a crowd later. It's about doing what's right when no one's watching. And Linda? She faded into obscurity. Her entitled bubble popped for good. The experience humbled her, or so we hope. But the real lesson here? Entitlement doesn't pay. In a world full of Lindas, it's the MIAs and Jakes who remind us that justice prevails, one tackle at a time. So next time you feel that urge to cut corners, remember, karma's always on duty, ready to bring you down. What a wild ride. Ha! Stay vigilant, folks, because sometimes the hero is just browsing ties.